Okay, so let's real quickly talk about analog stage snakes and stage boxes. You see, analog stage snakes were what we originally used to get all the sound sources from stage to front of house. So that meant plugging every single cable we needed to get to the console at front of house into this big massive box. And this big massive box was just nothing but copper cables on the inside. And those big copper cables would get twisted into this giant trunk of a cable, sent all the way down to front of house, and then it would come back with just the two channels for the left and right main mix. And that was it. Fast forward to today, however, we have these stage boxes where you actually plug all your stuff into it, but you can put these boxes anywhere you want. You can have multiples of them even. And all that comes out is just a little Cat5 cable, a little Ethernet cable, and that goes to front of house, and that's it. So what changed? How did we make this work? Well, instead of putting the preamps in the board at front of house, we just moved those to stage. And then right after that, they get converted into digital with a conversion system. And so instead of sending massive voltage signals down a huge trunk of a cable to front of house, we just send one cable with all these digital signals of what's happening at the stage box and send that to the board. And then in some instances, we don't even send like the actual audio signal that's captured at the stage boxes. If it's a stage box that's actually a brain center for the system, it actually does all the processing there too. So then the only information that's being sent to the board at front of house is just, hey, this is how hot this signal is, and this is what the compressor's seeing and all that stuff. And the board just shows you that. It doesn't actually process anything. It's just showing you the information. And then you send back the signals to that system processor on stage with your stage box and say, these are what the things I want you to do. And that's it. So what's the benefits of this? Well, we can kind of put things wherever we need them to go. We can put these stage boxes anywhere on stage. We can have multiples of them. Heck, if we need more channels, we can go just get another stage box, depending on your system configuration, I should say. But we can add as many as we need. So we can move them to any place we need to and just have a single Cat5 cable instead of these trunk of an XLR cables. And we can also replace the cable easily because Cat5 cable is really cheap and it's easy to have a redundant line too. So if one breaks, you have a second backup, which is always good to have. So why would we use an analog snake then? Well, because they're still cheaper than a stage box usually. So on my stage, you'll see we actually run stage snakes across our stage to our stage boxes, which are in a rack. And the reason we do this is so we have a central location that's accepting all of our inputs, but then we're pulling those inputs from different parts of the stage. So we use analog snakes to collect those sections. So say like our drum snakes, we put them into the drum snakes and then those go to the stage rack instead of using these long XLR cables to go to it. And we sometimes then also have channels on the other side of the stage that it needs to pick up from. So we'll take a snake and run it over there, run that to the stage box, and we'll be good to go. The other thing too is that means that if we have open channels available, we can easily patch things in without having to run new lines or go, oh crap, we don't have enough, or hey, I need to move that stage box all the way over here, but then I got to redo all this patching work. It just makes things easier and simple. So that's all to say, this digital world has brought in this new era of being able to cleanly run things and change things on the fly without having to worry about, well, do we have enough copper to make it work?